Hey everybody, and welcome to this month's update video. Sorry it's a little bit late. I've been very busy this month with Kids Club and Limitless One and the Youth Weekender. I will talk about these more in depth as this video goes on. But I just wanted to start off a little bit with what's been going on personally in my life and what has God been saying to me. Well, over the past couple of this month, over the past couple of weeks, God's really been speaking to me about youth work, and something someone said to me at church, but also what's been prophesied over me in the past when I was at DTI last year. If you don't know what prophecy is, let me just quickly explain, because that's a big word that we use in church, that we see through the Bible, and not everybody knows what it means. So let me try and explain what it means to the best of my ability. Basically, what prophecy means is when God uses someone like me or someone else, and he either speaks, so he speaks through us, but how that can look can be a picture that we see, or we can sometimes just like we hear the words, or we feel an emotion of, okay, maybe this is what God's saying or doing in this person's life, and that might sound really weird, and it is, and it's weird that God can move through that way. But it's so powerful when it does. And I know when I've had something for someone where I've heard words like, God has seen you, but he's moving you out. And then you say that to someone and they're like, wow, okay. And they say oh, this has just happened. You're like, okay, so God is really doing something, and God really speaks to us today and works through that. And yeah, so the word that I've had is twice, and it's really confirmed this to me again, and that God has made me to work for a type of people that traditionally in the church area struggle to work with, and that kind of really relates to my background, with additional needs and being adopted, and my background through my school experience, and the people that are on the fringe or have additional needs, or are involved in life that is involved in gangs, or things like that. And I've been really asking God, what is next year gonna look like? What are you calling me into? And where's the path that you're leading me down? And this has come up again, and I'm like, okay, so God, what are you saying? What are you leading me into? What community of people are you leading me to do? And something that really has been speaking to me over the past couple of weeks is something to do with production and youth work and how they're gonna marry together. But especially working with young people that, potentially sometimes get lost in the scenes because of their backgrounds, or their upbringings, or the baggage that they bring, that I relate to so much, as that's my background and the type of young person I was, with my difficulties, and sometimes not being able to fit in because of the things that I bring, and the extra support and understanding that I need. And I feel like God is saying, with my personal experience and with the experience I've seen and the experiences I've had in life, that God has called me into something where it's something to do with this. And I don't know directly what it is, but I wanted to share that with you so that you can pray for me, so that you can start interceding into what God's calling and placing over my life. And I really believe God is calling me something to do with production, whatever that's gonna be, and youth work, whatever that's also gonna be. So I just want to ask for you guys that are Christians, that are followers of Jesus, that you would be praying for me in this season of, God, what are you saying? What are you doing? What is the path that you are taking me on? And just ask for clarity in that, because I'm in this moment of, God, what are you doing? What are you saying? And all I can do in this moment is trust in him and go, I know you have a plan. I know that you've got something that's going on that's bigger than what I'm desiring. and all I've got to do is put my trust in him. And I want to share that with you, so thank you for listening to me with that. And I'm gonna get on with updating you with what's been going on this month. Well, the first thing is the Youth Weekender. What is a Youth Weekender? So the Youth Weekender is what it says on the tin. It's youth on a weekend having a mini, it's a mini youth festival basically, but not really a festival. It's just a getaway where we do worship. We have seminars, we have talks, they have a space of community and gathering together, but also to have fun doing fun activities like rock climbing and zip lines and laser tag and Nerf wars and all these kinds of things that youth apparently love. But this weekend was so good. Just being able to see these young people just learn more about Jesus, learn personally who Jesus is, learn personally the calling over their lives and what God is saying. The guy that spoke, what he spoke over these young people and prophesied over them, you just saw freedom in that room of some things that I think these young people have been struggling with for a while. And it was so good to see that and experience that, but also to pray over some young people and to pray for some young people. I was there doing production, and mainly what I was doing is I was filming and taking photos. I was doing a highlight video. What I've done that is going to be shown on Sunday, and it will be on social media at some point somewhere. And that was so good to do that, to show other young people what the Youth Weekend is about, and hopefully for them to sign up next year and to experience what these young people have. And it was just such a good experience to see that. Yes, it was tiring, yes. But it was so good. I also got to help lead worship. I was in the band on one on one of the days on the Saturday morning. I was with Ben and Josh, and I just want to put a little bit of my in-ear mix from one of the songs. So here you go. Cool, amazing. That was the Youth Weekender. What's next? Well, Go Explore. What is Go Explore? Well, Go Explore is basically, it was I think it was 4 days where the kids came, and it was basically Youth Weekender, but at the church. It wasn't away, and it was over a week, and there was fun games. There was time for them to come together in their age groups and to talk about the experiences of what they've heard from the upfront talks, and to just talk about that and to learn more about that a little bit in depth, but in a way that, you know, these kids can understand, because these are the next generation of people. Also really important to tell about Jesus, not just the young people, but also the kids, because when you start to show them there's someone, that God is real, that God loves them, that God is planning, you know, their journey from where they are now to when they're in college, to secondary school, then into college, that, you know, setting that foundation of this is who Jesus is. There's a person that died for you on the earth so that you're able to have a relationship with your Heavenly Father. At that age, I think is so important and so valuable to do. And basically Go Explore did that in such a good and creative way that, you know, there was like loads of fun games and experiencing that and having a laugh together. But also the upfront talks that were led were so initiative and so amazing how they did that. Like even I got something out of it, and it's not, you know, aimed at my level, at my age. And it was just such a good week to see that and see these kids, you know, see God in a way that's so creative and so initiative. We also did additional needs section on the Wednesday afternoon, what is part of Voyages, and I helped a little bit with that. I was doing production, but I was like, there's not really anything that needed, and I know a lot of these kids, and I was like, you know, I want to spend some time with them and investing in them, and it's so great to see them connect a lot of these young kids that, you know, normally don't connect on a Sunday in Voyages were really connected, and just seeing them, you know, really excited and having fun was just something that was like, God is doing something here as well in these kids' lives. You know, God has got a plan for them too. And it was so amazing to see that, and to see, you know, God move in a way that you know, you wouldn't see if you wasn't there, and don't put that on. And it's so important to do that, I think, as well. So I was doing production this whole week. I was leading a team. So I was 2 young people and someone that's very similar age to me, and leading these 2 young people in sound and lights, and investing my time in them and helping them, you know, go further in their journey of production, and helping them engage with what's going on, and teaching them and giving them my experience of production, and helping them through their journey of it was so valuable for me. And just being able to see where they started at the start of the week to the end of that week, I just saw a massive jump in their skills, but also their confidence in their own skills. And it was so good to invest in them and to place some of that experience that I've got into them. And hopefully they left that week with coming away with knowing more than where they started. But also, we as a community together of us as production, like, we had so many like conversations about faith, but also just have a laugh. We had a laugh, and that was so good to do that, and to see that, and to see that community as well of friendship, what was so amazing to see. So Limitless One, so you've heard me speak about DTI, and I've spoken about Limitless before, and there's something that I used to go to as a young person called DTI Road Trip, and I didn't go when I was with Gateway Vineyard in Norwich. I went to DTI with them, but Limitless One is basically over one day. I think it was in, I want to say 14 or 15 locations, I could be really wrong, all around the UK and Ireland and Scotland. And it's basically one day of the festival all in one night. So it's like worship and prayer and talks and fun and games and all that kind of stuff. Basically a full youth festival, but in one day. And I was on gimbal for that. I think my funniest experience was getting elbowed in the face by the DJ. What was great. I loved every moment of it. But seeing that and seeing these young people connect with God, but also like doing gimbal, like I've never done it in that way before, and doing some crowd stuff was really fun, and doing that and helping, you know, the young people right at the back have the experience of what's going on in the front. And to, you know, help people worship and communicate the talk by video as well was really good to help that, and, you know, help the young people who are right at the back feel like they're in the front. So I feel sometimes like in big venues you can sometimes feel like, oh, I'm not really part of this, I'm just here. Where I think what we do so well on a Sunday is we help people experience what's going on right at the front, right at the back, and so that they feel a part of one big gathering. And Limitless One was so good. People, you know, loads of young people gave their life to Jesus for the first time. It was so amazing to see. Also to see the young people that, you know, I've been getting to know over the past couple of months now at LifeCentral, you know, give their life to Jesus and be like, wow, God is doing something in your lives. But to do that and to experience that and to see that was such a great experience. So right at the start of the month, I went back to Norwich to go see Nick and Beck and Joel and Max and Jet, who are the dogs, and just to go back and just rest and just have a time of like peace, and to also to see them and to do some stuff with them, go out for food, eat food, you know, just spend some time with them was so valuable for me. Like, you know, last year, like I lived with them for a year and obviously got to know them and they got to know me, and you know, through that whole year was a massive learning curve for me personally, and also like, you know, in my faith, and they were there for a lot of that, and to, you know, they're like family to me. And if you were watching this, then, well, you know, said it now, but you are, like, you know, you invested your time personally into me, and also Nick also invested in, when he was the director of Norwich Youth for Christ, in time in helping me to know how to do youth work better, but Christian youth work better, know how to lead CUs and to do, to help young people about Jesus. So they really invested some time. To go back and see them and to spend some quality time with them was like really great and just what I needed right at the start of the week. Of the month, sorry. So that was really nice to go back and then go to Gateway Vineyard on the Sunday and see people. And I went out and went to a guy called Tom who plays bass in the worship band at the church, and he and his family. And I went back to their house and I had soup. He made like this chorizo soup without the chorizo because they can't have chorizo, but it was so good. So like, to do that and to be with people and to do family with people and to just gather with people was so amazing to do that. So what's been going on Sundays at LifeCentral? Well, obviously, like, Sundays have been pretty full on. I've been doing cameras, I've been in worship, I've been doing gimbal quite a lot. And also been going to Hagley, what's one of our other sites, and playing cajon and been doing front of house there as well, what's sound. Sundays have been really busy, but like, we've just entered into new speaking series and we've just come out of one. This new speaking series, we're talking about miracles, and the first couple of ones have been so amazing. And yeah, I'm going to talk more about it in the next update video. But it's just been so good to see that and to experience that. But church has been so amazing on Sundays. Like, having the experience to do worship again has been so amazing to me personally, and my growth of seeing me, of where I started again drumming to where I am now. Like, God has been like really giving my confidence back, but also teaching me stuff out of this season that God has brought me back into. And the stuff that's been said, like, on a Sundays, the speaking series that we've done and the talks that have happened have been so like fruitful into my life and so impactful into my life as well. And God has been really speaking through everything that's been going on, like spiritually, but also like physically, in my life, and that's been so amazing. To see and to experience God do that. So I've come to the end of this update video. It's so much quicker than my other ones. I thought I'd give it quite short and sweet. But yeah, if you could just pray for me going into this month and going into what I spoke about at the start, and if you can just be praying about like me, what's going on and stuff, and there's so much going to be happening, and if you could just be praying into that, that'd be so amazing and so thankful. Also, if you want to join the WhatsApp group, please like get in touch. Like if you don't have my contact details, please get in contact with my mom or my brother. Like, I'd love for you to be part of that community of people. Like it's a space where you can pray for me, and I keep putting in things that you're praying about, and I ask people to pray for my week, and it's a space where we can do community together, and where you can have a bit more of a personal connection of what's going on in my life. So if you want to be part of that, please message me. I'd love for you to be part of that, and I'd really appreciate it. But that's it. Thank you for watching. I will see you next month, and yeah, see you later. Bye bye.